Hi everyone, my name is Julie. This is Keep Calm with Books and Coffee. I talk about books on this channel, mainly books about magic, and today we are going to be adding one more, I guess technically two more challenges to this year for my reading. We are going to do a pile of possibilities for the Buzzwordathon. Hello everyone. So if you haven't heard of Buzzwordathon before, it is run by Kayla over at Books and Lala. Kayla is a fabulous booktube creator, and if you haven't checked her out already, you definitely should. She has such fun and interesting videos that she puts out every year. She puts out a list of prompts for titles of books, and this year she has added a second challenge in the form of a cover challenge as well. I got sucked into the hype of the new part of the challenge. So we are going to add this in. I am giving you a pile of possibilities. These probably aren't going to happen in the months that I mention them for, just because I am a little bit too chaotic for that in my reading, but we're going to try to complete both of these this year. This is adding one to several other challenges I'm doing, so forgive me if they don't all get done. Forgive me if none of them get done, but I'm excited to try this for the first time. So I am going to go through the title challenges and then we'll go through the cover challenges, just because that makes my life a little easier. That's how I have it written out. And we're not going to go through the descriptions. We are just going to talk about how this book qualifies for the prompt. So the first set is all title words, and I said that my friends convinced me to do this challenge. It didn't hurt that when I watched Kayla's announcement video, the first prompt for January was that the title had to have truth or lies in it, and I was currently reading Truth Witch. So I got to just immediately check one off. So I was like, well, we're ahead of the game. And that just helped me decide 100% that I was all in on this challenge. February's prompt is water-related words, and for this I'm choosing Where the Drowned Girls Go by Shauna McGuire. March's prompt is things, and for this I am choosing Witch of Wild Things by Raquel Vasquez Gilliand, and this is one that I hadn't heard of before, but when I went looking for thing prompts or thing titles, this one sounded right up my street. April is animal in the title, and for this I'm choosing The Tiger's Daughter, which is one of the oldest books on my physical TBR, so I definitely wanted to try to get this in there. May is Two or Two, and for this I am choosing The Ruthless Lady's Guide to Wizardry by C.M. Wagoner. Then for June we have memory words, and for this I am choosing Hood Feminism, Notes from the Women That a Movement Forgot by Mickey Kendall. July is a title with punctuation, and I thought I had one for this, but then I just looked up to double check that what I thought was the punctuation was not punctuation. So we're gonna have to figure this one out, but if I find a title by the time this video goes out, I will put it here. I had something in here that I thought worked and it didn't, so we're gonna find something new. For August, we have the word with in the title, and for this I'm choosing A Liaison with Her Leading Lady by Lottie R. James. For September, we have to choose a book that has an event in the title, and I'm choosing Last Night at the Telegraph Club by Melinda Lowe. The last night seems like an event, right? For October, the prompt is violent words, and for this I'm choosing The Undertaking of Heart and Mercy by Megan Bannon, and I for sure will be reading this before October. Keep your eyes peeled for that. The prompt for November is Never, and for this I'd like to read Never Whistle at Night, and this is a short story collection, I believe, that is by Indigenous authors. I have had my eye on this for a little while now, and it sounds really like something I could try to see if I like these authors, especially since I read very little horror. I only like dabble my toes in it, so this seems like a good pick. Then for December, the prompt is alliteration, and for this I'm choosing Swift and Saddled by Lila Sage. Now we're moving on and starting back at January with the cover challenge, and for the first prompt in January, it is a cover featuring a pattern. Now for this, I didn't pick out anything specifically. I'm trying to pick from my physical TBR as much as possible, and I didn't find anything that really had a clear pattern on it. So this might have to be something that happens kind of organically, or if I decide to read a classic that has a patterned cover, maybe that'll work for me, but I have to figure this one out. I haven't quite decided on anything for this. Next up in February, we have a book featuring a skyline, and I chose The Kiss Countdown for this. This has the skyline in the background. For March, we need a cover that is featuring books, and for this I chose Horror Store by Grady Hendrix. Then April overlaps that you need a animal in the title and on the cover, and I have a book that works for both. And for this, I'm choosing The Tiger's Daughter again by Kay Arsenault Rivera. For May, we need a book featuring eyes, and for this, I've chosen Siren Queen by Nevo. The June cover should feature celestial objects, and for this, I've chosen Blood Debts by Terry J. Benton Walker. There's a moon in the background here if you don't see. It took me a second to see it, so I had to point it out. July is a cover featuring technology, and for this we have You Should Be So Lucky by Kat Sebastian. The reporter here is holding a microphone. For August, we need a cover featuring transportation, and I realized just now I was choosing Mr. Impossible by Maggie Stiefvater, and I will put that over this, but I have to read Call Down the Hawk first, so I grabbed Call Down the Hawk by accident. But Mr. Impossible has car on the front. September is a book featuring foliage, and I kind of went in a funny direction with this. I chose Cuba, An American History by Ada Ferrer. There are palm trees down here on the cover. So I didn't choose fall foliage, but I did choose foliage. Then I did double up October like I did April because we needed a book with a weapon on the cover, and for this I've chosen Undertaking of Heart and Mercy again because she has a shovel in her hand, and I feel like that is very clearly a weapon in some circles. Then for November, we need a book with a food and or drink on the cover, and I've chosen Unnatural Magic. There's an apple right here by C.M. Wagner. Then for December, we need a book with a monochromatic color scheme, and for this I'm choosing All Systems Red by Martha Wells. This feels very monochromatic to me. I kind of struggled with this one, so this was the best I could come up with, but we shall see what actually ends up fitting here. But that is my pile of possibilities for the Buzzwordathon reading challenges for 2025. If you have any thoughts or feelings or about any of the books I talked about today, or if you want to suggest something for one of the prompts I didn't quite have something picked out for, please let me know down below. Or if you're participating, let me know what you're most excited for on your list. Like I said, these may change up throughout the year, but I am excited for these, and most of them I tried to pick off of my physical TBR or a TBR that I already have, you know, in my life somewhere, whether that's physical or on Goodreads or something. But thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!